Hello. Yes, here I am. And there you are. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Elvis the Ultimate Fan Channel. I do hope you are well. Lots of Elvis fun tonight. Yes, as I said in the intro, welcome to Elvis the Ultimate Fan Channel. The channel that is devoted 100% to the life and career of Elvis Presley. And it's for you, the fan. Yeah, watching through that camera there, looking at me thinking, who is this guy? Well, I'm a fan too. So I know, well, I think I know what fans want. And I think I know a little bit about Elvis Presley, put it that way. So, yes, I hope you're all well. And thank you for joining me. Here we are in, well, actually, you tell me what my backdrop is. I'm sure most of you watching this show now knows exactly what that is behind me. Also, just to allay any little fears or anything like that, I did see somebody say, I hope tonight is not going to be disrespectful to Priscilla. No, it's not, because this channel is disrespectful to nobody. Whoever you are in the Elvis world, or if fans or anything, no disrespect, it will be shown. Arkansas Dave says Sun Memphis recording. No, Dave, it's not. By the way, thanks to Dave for stepping in. Dave, hopefully you can stay for the quiz and moderate for me, because unfortunately Maxine and Lou can't moderate tonight. They are taking a well-earned break because they do sterling work. They really, really do. And they're due a night off. So I hope whatever they're doing, they enjoy, and hope to see them back next week, Lou and Maxine. So yes, it's Studio B in Nashville. Yeah, where Elvis did all those wonderful, wonderful recordings in late 1950s and the 60s, and some of the 70s as well, of course. So yes, Norset says Studio B or RCA recorders. Well, yeah, it's Studio B. I think I know what you meant. You meant radio recorders. But no, that is Studio B, the wonderful Studio B. So, what have we got ahead? Of course, we've got Fan of the Month quiz. And I'm also going to be, at the end of the show, I will be announcing who won the prize for Fan of the Month for October. Yeah, it's November now, isn't it? And what was it? It was kindly donated by Leslie Pilling, and she donated a copy of her book, Take My Hand, Take My Whole Life Too. So I'll be telling you who won that later on. And don't forget, if you haven't already, please, please, please subscribe, click the bell and turn it black, because then you'll get all the notifications. And you will be able to then take part in the quiz, because only subscribers can answer and take part in the quiz and provide answers for the quiz. And while we're talking about Nancy, while we're talking about Leslie, don't forget the Oscars night, okay, that Leslie is doing, the 25th of March, 2023 at Haydock Golf Club. And she said, don't get too relaxed thinking you've lots of time to get your ticket for the Elvis Oscars night, because they're going fast. There's only a limited number left. So they're £25 each from, and you can see her email address there, lesliepilling61@gmail.com. So please, if you're interested in that, it's going to be a great night. What have we got on offer there? We have got, I think, yes, there we are. Lauren Knight. We've got the big screen disco with Phil Shakespeare, of course. Phil always does a great disco. It starts at 7:30 p.m. Haydock Park Golf Club, Newton Lane, Newton Lee Willows, and there you are. That's what I want to say about that. What else have I got to say? We've also got This Day in Elvis History. We've got live interactive poll, and I've got a good one for you tonight. Well, I think it's a good one. It'll make you think a little bit, I think, anyway. So I'll be asking you to vote on that in a few minutes. I wish Elvis had recorded. Did I pick it this week, or did somebody else pick it? Let me just check something here. I want to just check in my notes who picked it. I wish Elvis had recorded. And it's, Gracie G. Hello, Gracie G, if you're watching. Gracie G has picked it this week. So that'll be an interesting record that she wished that Elvis had recorded. We've got Photoshop of the week. I think the last couple of weeks has been pretty horrendous as far as Photoshops have been concerned. And probably, if I remember rightly, this one is not much better. You can call me free, of course, on WhatsApp, Instagram, and Facebook Messenger. Not yet, because I haven't opened the phone lines. That's if you want to discuss anything Elvis, anything that's been bothering you, or you wanted to say to me, or you wanted to say to the other Photoshop, you wanted to say to the other fans on here, then give me a ring on 353 if you're outside Ireland, 87 959 8819. But not yet, because we've got a few things to get through. And one of them is the quiz. And guess what? I said that I would unveil today what the November's Fan of the Month prize is going to be. I'm pretty sure that a lot of you over the last couple of weeks has guessed what it's going to be, but I'll just confirm it for you now. It's Blue Hawaii in 4K Ultra HD and a Blu-ray disc as well. Okay, so that's what we're playing for this month, and that isn't even available yet. I know a lot of you have actually got it on pre-order. Fair enough, no problem with that. Great, I'm sure you're going to enjoy it, but if you feel that you're not going to order it yet, maybe hold off and see if you can win the quiz. Well, if you're going to be the fan of the month, that's what you're going to get. You're going to get a 4K Ultra HD disc and a Blu-ray disc as well. And I think that is released on the 14th of November, so another couple of weeks. And Kirsty says, mine's pre-ordered. Okay. Glenn says, great prize. Alrighty, yeah. I mean, it is. It really is a nice prize. And Nancy has actually just reminded me as well, how many of you actually checked out this, which I posted this time last week, which is the interview with Ron Strauss, Destined to Fly, the story of pilot Ron Strauss from Iowa to Elvis. It's Sally Hodell's latest book, and that is the latest interview that I've done. And if you to make it easier for you, I actually put the link in the description box below. So after this video, if you haven't checked it out, then click on that link and that will take you straight to the Ron Strauss interview. And that's what you'll be looking for. You'll be looking for that Destined to Fly, the story of pilot Ron Strauss. And just looking at the comments actually that people have left over the last week, that they really, really enjoyed it. So I'm pleased about that. But if you haven't, then have a listen to it. Right, I think we can go ahead. Oh, thank you as well for all the kind messages and emails and show of support that you give me throughout the week. I do read them all, and I try and reply to as many as I can. And also thanks for the people that supply me with the Photoshop of the week, and I wish Elvis had recorded and so forth, because at the end of the day, it's your channel. So if you want to give me plenty of feedback and ideas and so forth, then great. So, quiz. Dave, are you ready to help me out here? Give me sort of an idea of who is the first person to get the answer correct. And I've got a new jingle as well for anybody that gets is the first person to get the answer right. It's going to be a new jingle. And because Get Out of the Stables, Grandma. No, what is it? Get Out the Booze, Grandma. That's right, Get Out the Booze, Grandma, or something like that. We've been playing that for a few weeks, but we'll be having a new one in a minute. I get my trusty pen, and Dave says, ready, old friend. Thanks, Dave. You're a diamond. So this is going to be, the subject is going to be general knowledge, but the general knowledge is going to be about Elvis's military career. So how much do you know about Elvis's military career? Is this going to help or is it going to hinder? That's what I'd like to know. So Helen Murray says, cannot wait to hear it, Steve. Yeah, what is that, the jingle or the Ron Strauss interview? Dave says, tough ones. No, I'm not too sure whether they're that tough, Dave, but let's see. Oh, Nancy says, yikes. Uh-oh. Don't forget to click the thumbs up as well. I meant to say that because it does help. So if we're all ready, 6 questions on Elvis's military career. And Dave, I say, is going to help me out, and he's going to tell me who the first person is that gets it right. Michael says, I just can't type fast enough. Right. Okay. Settle down. Here we go. Priscilla says, ready and waiting. Right. The first question on Elvis's military career is, what date was Elvis inducted into the U.S. Army? Induction day. Give me the day, the month, and the year. And I am watching very closely, and hopefully Dave is watching very closely as well. I need the date, the month, and the year. Okay, so I see there March the 24th, 1958, which is the correct answer. But I just need now Dave to confirm who. Yeah, Dave, Jack Mullins. And I saw Jack Mullins as well. So well done, Jack. Yeah, 24th of March, 1958. And are you ready for the new jingle? This is it.
Get out of the stables, Grandma. You're too old to be horsing around.
I love that. In fact, I'm going to do it again.
Get out of the stables, Grandma. You're too old to be horsing around.
Okay. And Salams must like that. She says she loves it. Okay. Boston Nova said new March 58, but not the date. Yeah, I know. I know, but I really did want the day, the month, and the year. Right. And on this one, this is another one on Elvis's military career. Again, what date did Elvis sail to Germany? And again, I want the date, the month, and the year. We need more backward Elvis songs. Yeah, oh well, I will be doing those again. And I'll be doing jumpsuits as well. Name the jumpsuit. Probably name the jumpsuit next week. Okay. Right. I do see a 22nd of September 1958. And again, I'm looking to Dave to tell me whose name he sees first. It was the 22nd of September 1958. Just waiting for Dave to confirm it. Yeah. Jack again, Jack.
Get out of the stables, Grandma. You're too old to be horsing around.
Jack, you're gonna have to get out of the stables. Yeah, 22nd of September 1958. Here's a good one. Very quick to answer this one as well. Yeah, Patrick says September 58. Yeah. Glenn says Juan got it. Okay, well, me and Dave are seeing Jack. Can I scroll back on this? I don't. I see Juan, and then I see Ruth. Where do I see Jack? Do I see Jack before or after? I see Jack before. I see Jack just after No Set 45. So just make sure, folks, that you are using live chat and not live chat top chat. It has to be live chat. So I see Jack Mullins there before Juan. By the way, hi Juan, and thanks for your dedication of Milky White Way. That was very kind of you. Dave is saying, yeah, correct, Steve. So yeah, people's feeds do vary. Yeah, this is a good one. Quick one. What was Elvis's army number? Okay. This should be easy to type very quick. But I've got to be careful and make sure that I see 3. Mark Green says 3. That's very cheeky, Mark. I like your style. Yeah, Tracy says, come on, Jack. Jack's going to get a hat trick, I think, if he gets this first again. Elvis Austin way off. 5 something, says Timothy Lee. Hey, I've caught you right here. Linda says, I can't even remember my car reg number. Mine has gone blank. This is taking longer than I expected. I thought most people knew it fairly easily, fairly well. Forever TCB says, I'm an Elvis fanatic, but even I don't know. Arkansas says, Jack, where are you? He's probably giving somebody a chance. He's probably giving somebody else a chance. That's what it is. Okay, yeah, Jack says he did answer, yeah. Just came in. What was the question? The question is, what was Elvis's army number? Did you say it though, Jack, or did you just say? Let's have a look. Jack. Okay. Don't see Jack there. Okay, I'm gonna put a time limit on this. I'm gonna put another 30 seconds on this, and if nobody gets it, Bossa Nova Baby says she says it 3 times now. Well, let's go back and have a look, see what Bossa Nova Baby says. I have said it. Okay. It might be one of those where I'm going to have to look on playback. I don't know whether we're having trouble with the feed or not. Mark Green said 3. JC22, if you've answered 3 times, just type it in for us again and see if I think YouTube chat isn't accepting numbers. Well, that's very interesting. That's very interesting. The live chat seems to be messing up. Very strange. Okay, the only thing we can do then maybe is come back to that one. Yeah, it could be blocking them. Maybe it won't take, how many numbers is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe it won't take 8 numbers. It thinks you're trying to, yeah, I mean, Dave is saying there's a glitch. Yeah. Okay. I might have to avoid asking that question. And we could just make it 5 questions this week. I've got to be completely honest with everybody. I haven't seen the full number typed out on the chat. You can't really answer in letters because, like I say, it's a number. It's a number we're looking for. Rebel says, I typed the 8 numbers. They are up there. Yeah, but I mean they're not showing on my yeah, now the famous picture of him holding it up like a mugshot. Does it show the numbers? Maybe it doesn't. Yeah. I must admit, when I first saw the numbers coming up, I was sort of a bit surprised because I was just seeing 1 or 2 numbers. I mean, Mark Green, for instance, has typed 3. Elvis Austin has typed 55668. Glenn has typed 4665. None of them really sort of make that much sense 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it's 8 letters, I think. Bossa Nova Baby says 0761 is my birthday, then 5331, which is correct, and I'm going to give it to Bossa Nova Baby because the Elvis's army number was 533-10761. So to just to help move things along, I'm going to give that to Bossa Nova Baby. But I am going to be aware that it's not a good idea to ask questions that have multiple numbers in them like that, because it looks like YouTube chat won't accept a series of numbers. But Bossa Nova Baby, you get this.
Get out of the stables, Grandma. You're too old to be horsing around.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is Jack got it right, Rebel got it right as well. What I might do is I might also say Jack and Rebel can go in the pot as well. It might think it's spam. Yeah, I never thought of that. So yeah, it could be detecting it as spam. So that's unfortunate. I never even thought of that. Anyway, it's all for fun. And I can go back and I can see who got it right. It might actually appear differently on playback. It might just be the live feed that's playing up. So Jack says, I'm exhausted. Jack, you probably typed it 5 or 6 times, did you? And Patrick says he typed it 5 times as well. Ruth says, I got it right too and typed out the words. Okay. Yeah. That's a bit of a difficult one. Hopefully it will all come out in the wash at the end of the month. I hope so anyway. But that's unfortunate. And you learn something new every day. And I've learned there not to ask questions on a live chat that's just numbers to the answer. Right, here we go. So this is not a load of numbers. This is, don't worry about it. What date did Elvis's army ship dock in Germany? Okay, he sailed on the 22nd of September. But what date did Elvis's army ship dock in Germany? Now, I don't know whether YouTube is playing tricks, Dave. I think it might just be that they think it's spam. Now, Jack got in there with October the 1st. Dave, can you just confirm that it is Jack with the correct answer? Juan says October the 13th. Caroline Pike says 1st of October, which is correct. 12th of Never says Valvis. Bossa Nova Baby is in there again with October the 1st. Well done. Okay, Dave is saying Norset got in, and I'm seeing Jack. Although, no, you're quite correct. Yes, Norset, because she's put 10 first, 58. So, yeah, Norset gets the...
Get out of the stables, Grandma. You're too old to be horsing around.
Good moderating there, Dave. I would have missed that one. I thought it was young Jack again. Yeah, so he was on the boat from the 22nd of September to the 1st of October, and probably a little bit of respite while they were going across the sea from New York to Europe and Germany, because apart from the people on the boat, of course, there was no photographers and there was no reporters and things like that. He just lost his mother. It was an awful time for him. In fact, Charlie Hodge says, when they were lay in the bunks at night and it was quiet on the ship, you could nearly feel Elvis grieving. It was so profound, his grieving. Another one, question 5, and no numbers in this. It was who is said to have introduced Priscilla to Elvis in Germany. So let's see how much people know about Elvis and Priscilla's meeting. Charlie was a godsend for him. I agree. Yeah. Okay, Jack, I'm not accepting that because it's the wrong Christian name. But what I do see is I see somebody typing out Curry Grant, and it's Isa Mello, is it? So it's Curry Grant. Cary Grant was actually an actor. He was in a few Hitchcock movies, wasn't he? Judy, yes. So Curry Grant. So Jack, if you want to just, I'm going to put Isa Mello, and I'm going to give you this.
Get out of the stables, Grandma. You're too old to be horsing around.
And Dave has confirmed that. Thanks, Dave. Curry Grant. Yeah, a few people getting Curry Grant. Somebody else putting Cary Grant as well. That would have been something else, wouldn't it? Yeah. Forever TCB says her dad. No, it wasn't her dad, believe it or not. Autocorrect gets me every time, Jack Mullins. Yeah, I can imagine that. Yeah. And it's easy as well to type something like that when you're so familiar with Carrie. Curry is quite a strange name, isn't it? Especially the way he spells as well. Currie, Curry Grant. Yeah, sorry about that one. It's still bugging me, that Elvis Army number is still bugging me. I'm sure it was causing a lot of frustration with the people trying to answer as well. So, yeah. And very, very last question for this week. And I'll just remind you again of what we're playing for. We're playing for this, which is the Blue Hawaii 4K Ultra HD and Blu-ray disc, which hasn't even been released yet. So it's definitely worth taking time out to subscribe to this channel and then take part in the quiz, even though there was a mix-up with Elvis's Army number. Okay, here we go. What was the name of the medal that Elvis was awarded at the end of his service? What was the name of the medal that Elvis was awarded at the end of his service? Okay. Dave is saying pay tribute to Miss Angela Lansbury. We did the week she died, Dave, yeah. Good marksman, sharp shooting. Okay. I am seeing good conduct there, and that's exactly what the medal was. Good conduct. And so I'm just waiting now for Dave to confirm. And what I'm seeing is Norset 45. So if Dave sees Norset as well, Norset's going to get
out of the stables, Grandma. You're too old to be horsing around.
Well done, Mark. Edwidge, yes, good conduct. I'm having trouble saying conduct tonight. You did, Forever TCB, you did say it, yeah. But I'm not seeing you first. I'm seeing Norset a fraction of a second before. And so is Dave. Dave is also seeing Norset as well. Norset 45. Right, I'll have a look on playback at Elvis's Army number and see what I can do. Brian says, I was hopeless, but great quiz, Steve. Different. Yeah, well, we've also got, I think next week I'm going to do Name the Jumpsuit. So if you want to maybe have a little look and see what the names are of some of Elvis's jumpsuits, they have to sort of tie in with the website that I will tell you next week. Norset says very fun quiz. Yeah, we've done that before. We've sort of done general knowledge, but that was a specialist subject, and the specialist subject was, of course, his army career. What I might do is I might do another specialist subject in a few weeks. And we'll also be doing Backwards Elvis as well again, when I can get round to doing a few more recordings of Elvis's tracks backwards. But I wanted to do the, what do I want to do? I'm going to open the poll in a minute as well. But more than anything else, I want to give you this, which is the fan reaction to the new movie, Elvis and Me. We were discussing it last week, and I showed photographs of the main actors who are going to be playing Elvis and Priscilla. And then I got quite a few comments about it on the video and on email and Messenger and so forth. And I thought I would like to actually read a few out. Karen says, I'm really sad that this movie is going ahead. I have bad vibes about this movie too soon after the other movie, especially if it's based on Priscilla's book, Elvis and Me. Victoria says, yes, curiosity will move us to watch it. I'm pretty sure you're right. That's what I said to some of my callers last week. Sofia Coppola is a talented movie maker. Remember, she did the movie on Marie Antoinette. I think it will be good. Let's wait and see. That's a positive one. Joanne says, I will not be seeing this movie. That will be slanted towards Priscilla. Well, we don't know that, you see, Joanne. That's the only thing. We don't know if it will be slanted towards Priscilla. As the movie Elvis did not have her... the movie Elvis did not have much of her in it. That's the one with Austin Butler. Casey says, won't be watching this one. It's been done to death. Leave it be. This is about a grab for money. Right. Well, again, we don't know, but although I said maybe they're trying to strike while the iron's hot, because obviously, as we know, the Baz Luhrmann movie was just phenomenally successful. Baz got it right, and Austin got it right. This is Catgirl Blue. First impression from the pictures is not good. This looks like a real low budget fest. The makeup, unfortunately, looks quite amateur, and they look nothing like Elvis and Priscilla. Well, again, you see, what I think is sometimes the actors do not have to look exactly like the characters. It's if you get the essence of the person. Elvis never wore in life ill-fitting suits, not even in the movies. He was usually dressed by Edith Head, who was the most sought-after costume designer in the movie business. And one thing's for sure, his clothes always fit. Well, again, we're not sure whether how much of these photographs that I showed last week are indicative of the final product. Nad says, sorry, but after the Baz Luhrmann movie, the last thing I need is a movie based on the book Elvis and Me. When will there finally be a book based on the viewpoint of the numerous people who really loved Elvis, with like Larry Geller, Jerry Schilling, George Klein wrote wonderful books about Elvis and would certainly make good movies. Jose says, can't wait to see another Elvis movie. So they're looking forward to it. Yui says, thank you for your show again. Great, as always. Oh, thanks very much. I didn't really mean to read that out, but anyway. I don't want to see Coppola's new movie because I'm a fan of Elvis. I just want that they won't try to picture the dark sides. Well, I'm sure they'll picture, the goods and the bad. It should be a balance, hopefully, anyway. I read the book and watched the movie. As the newest Elvis movie, things were different than she wrote in the book. But I won't be watching the movie. People just trying to make millions out of Elvis. Well, the Baz Luhrmann movie made millions as well. So, I mean, that's the business they're in. So I've got to sort of hold my hand up there and say, well, that's part and parcel of making a movie, is to make money for the people involved. Debbie says, whatever happened to Elvis and Priscilla, it's their business, no one else's. Yeah, but again, you see, we as Elvis fans, we have a big thirst about all things Elvis. And somebody said on the call last week, we want to know every little minute detail about Elvis's life. So that's why, curiosity will get the better of most of us, I think. And a lot of us will go and see this movie. Jacobidi says, lack of respect for the new Elvis movie. They should wait and give it time for it to be seen by Elvis audiences around the world first. Well, you see, the thing is it's only just the cameras have only just started rolling on it, so there will actually be quite a bit of time between Elvis, Baz Luhrmann's Elvis, and this new movie. I'm sure it's going to be called Elvis and Me. It might just be called Elvis and Priscilla. I don't know. I don't even think they've actually decided on the working title yet. Maybe it will be Elvis and Me. So that was just, I just wanted to read out a few comments. What do you think? If you do want your say and you didn't get a chance to have your say last week, then we can open up the phone lines in a few seconds. But first of all, before we go any further, my list is telling me that I should do the poll. And this is going to be a fun one. Hopefully it's going to be a fun one. I wanted to know about a particular song. I think it was Kirsty. Kirsty, I think it was you that gave me this idea. You said, how about asking people their opinions on which is their favorite version of a particular song? Now, this wasn't the song that you suggested. I might use your song in a couple of weeks' time. But the one I picked was Trying to Get to You. And the question is, which version of Trying to Get to You is your favorite? Sun 1955, that's the original one, of course. The 1968 NBC TV special. The 1974 Memphis concert, when he sang Trying to Get to You, that's on the album, the 1974 album. March 21st, I think it was, when he recorded that concert. Or the 1977 CBS Elvis in Concert version. So I'm going to open that poll now, and you can vote on it for the next few minutes. If you're watching this on playback, you won't be able to vote, obviously, because it's a live poll. But you will hear me give the results near the end of the show. And I can see people have started to vote already. Thank you very, very much. The more people that vote, the more accurate the result is. So which version of Trying to Get to You is your favorite? Sun 1955, 1968 NBC TV special, 1974 Memphis concert, or the 1977 CBS Elvis in Concert. I, for one, will be very, very interested to see the result of that poll. And I'll tell you as well, if I remember, which was my favorite out of those four. I will open up the phone lines. I'm not sure whether people will want to call about the new movie, Elvis and Me. But if you do want to ring, you are very, very welcome. As I say, I'm not knocking it. I'm just totally impartial. I will probably give it a look because curiosity will get the better of me. And again, I would urge that if you do call in, please respect for Priscilla and anybody else concerned, because as I said at the top of the show, this channel respects all sides of the Elvis community and Elvis family and Elvis people from the Elvis world. We don't knock anybody on this channel. So and I see some people are actually commenting about the version of Trying to Get to You, and there could be a clear winner tonight. Although no, I'm seeing people actually commenting, and some have commented on one and others have commented on another, so it's not going to be a foregone conclusion, I don't think. Don't forget, please give this thumbs up. And also, if you can, subscribe and click the all bell, the black bell. And don't forget to turn on your notifications on the app, on the YouTube app, because even though you click notifications and subscribe and all that, if you don't turn on your notifications on your cell phone, you won't get notifications. Right, we're going to do Elvis history, this day in Elvis history, and I do have some nice photographs this week, and I'll give you another reminder of the Destined to Fly, the story of Pilot Ron Strauss from Iowa to Elvis, the interview that I conducted with Ron last week. If you haven't had chance to listen to it, please do listen to it. Ron was a great guy, just a really fantastic guy. And him and Elvis got on like a house on fire. They really did. You could just tell from some of the stories that Ron said and some of the things that he said and the way he said them was just, you could just tell that him and Elvis just really, really did bond together. And there was some lovely stories in that interview, and I've put the link below for anybody that wants to check it out. If you haven't checked it out after this video, just click on that link and it'll take you to the interview. And I'm going to do This Day in Elvis History. Coming up is I Wish Elvis Had Recorded and Photoshop, and the big reveal with the drum roll, which I've taken off my sound card, I must put it back on, is who won last month's Fan of the Month quiz, and is going to be getting the copy of the Leslie book, Take My Hand, Take My Whole Life Too. Right, so this day in Elvis history, November the 6th. If it's a red letter day for you, a birthday, an anniversary or something like that, and you want to know what Elvis was doing on this particular day, well, I can tell you some of the things anyway he was doing. In 1954, he performed at the Shreveport, Louisiana. In the Louisiana hayride. I completely went blank then for a minute. Yeah, in Shreveport on the Louisiana hayride. And that's that there. All right. And also, I think I've got a picture of the outside of the Louisiana hayride as well. No, the inside. Aha, I forgot I'd put that. Yeah, that's a view from the balcony of the stage. And that's the outside. I knew I'd put an outside one as well. Scotty, Bill and Elvis this night played Fool, Fool, Fool. I'm going to sit right down and cry, and Sitting on Top of the World. Since Elvis was still underage, Vernon and Gladys had to sign for another contract running for 1 year. Elvis would get $18 per show, Scotty and Bill $12. How things were going to change for Elvis. 1955, Elvis performed at Biloxi Community House at 2 and 8 p.m. to the benefit Daily Herald Doll and Toy Fund. Elvis sang I'm Gonna Sit Right Down and Cry, Fool, 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 Blue Moon of Kentucky, Sitting on Top of the World, again, and did a commercial song for Southern Made Donuts. This would probably have been around about the time that he met June Juanico, probably, in Biloxi. So there's some lovely, lovely pictures there of him on the stage. And then we've got 1957, on this day in 1957, Elvis sails to Hawaii. And there we've got him on the deck. Then we've got him with a fan and Colonel Parker. And then we've got him sitting in what looks like to be his cabin, actually. And a lovely Hawaiian-themed shirt. He was certainly dressed for the part, wasn't he? 1960. Elvis finally had persuaded Alan Fortas to rejoin the group, and they all flew to Los Angeles to start with the pre-production of Wild in the Country. What have I got here? I've got 1960 here. Oh, yeah. That's right. Elvis with Vernon and Dee leaving Memphis for Hollywood. Next day, Monday the 7th, Elvis would report to radio recorders to begin recording songs for the movie soundtrack. And Elvis yet again proving that he was way, way, way ahead of the rest of the pack, because with that hat and the shades and the suit, it's the Blues Brothers, isn't it? So just way ahead again. And there's Dee in the front in white and Vernon over her shoulder. Right, okay. And then we've got 1961, Kid Galahad production. Lola Albright and Joan Blackman. And then we've got It Happened at the World's Fair, looking striking in that checked suit. And look at that immaculate hair. Wow. 1963, I've got photographs for this as well, which is... no, I haven't. I beg your pardon. Fresh off Kissing Cousins, Elvis was joined by Priscilla at the MGM movie studios. She had read the reports in the press about Viva Las Vegas, Elvis and Anne Margaret. They were spotted riding motorcycles together. So Priscilla decided to pop out and see Elvis. 1965, Tickle Me with the gorgeous Jocelyn Lane. 1971, Elvis's single It's Only Love hit 51 in the US. And what have I got here? 1971, Elvis performed at the Cleveland Public Hall Auditorium, Cleveland at 2:30 and 8:30 p.m. The attendance was 10,000 for each show. The afternoon show was in the black pinwheel with the gold attendance belt, and the evening was the white pinwheel and the lion head belt. So there'll be pictures of that coming up in a minute. This was the first time that Al Dvorin took over as announcer. He would say at the end of each show the now famous words, "Elvis has left the building," a phrase first uttered by Horace Logan on the hayride. So he wasn't the first person to say it, but he became sort of famous for saying Elvis has left the building, and that was Al Dvorin. Okay, that's a beautiful shot there of a little girl being held up on stage to meet Elvis. That's the black pinwheel with the gold attendance belt. I thought I loaded pictures, and maybe I didn't. I thought I loaded pictures of the white pinwheel as well. Maybe that's coming up now in a second. Look at those flashbacks. There you go. The white pinwheel suit. And those flashbulbs were something else. Great shots. Great shots. That was on this day in 1971. Right. The next thing we have to do, I have to remind you, there's still time to vote on the poll. Just click that blue banner and it'll drop down for you. If you want to get rid of it, click on the top and it gets rid of it. And it's basically which version of Trying to Get to You is your favorite. Sun, 1955. 1968 NBC TV special. 1974 Memphis. That's the and 1977 CBS Elvis in Concert. So there's still time for that. And we have a caller. Hello. Hello.
Hello, Steve.
Hey, Mark.
Steve,
how are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
Yeah. Doing well.
Good.
Let's see now. I'm going to ask you about the poll. Did you vote in the poll?
I have voted in the poll, yeah.
I'm going to guess. 1968.
No, I went for 77.
Did you? Oh,
did.
Good man.
I did for one reason. I just think it was a hard song for Elvis to tackle in 77 because of his health wise.
Yeah.
It was a bit, and he didn't do it as much in 77 as, he probably could have.
Well, he did joke, didn't he, that you've got to have the belt in the right place?
Yeah. And I just thought his version was fantastic. Yeah, don't get me wrong, the version in the 1968 was good.
Yeah.
That would be my second choice. But I just went for 77 because I thought he knocked the socks off it. I thought, I just wish they'd have put that in the special itself, that song, because it was so good. I thought he did a great job, and his voice sounded even stronger, I thought, than it did in the 68.
Well, this is it. You see, appearance aside, I mean, if you just listen to the Elvis in Concert album, and don't look at the footage, then his voice, is just he knocks it out of the ballpark. It really does.
He does. It just goes up a notch to me from there. And of course, he's not going to sound like he sounded in 55, is he?
No.
He's got to do it, lower. So it's for me,
I really thought this was a really, really good idea for a poll, actually, because you've got 55, really, really young Elvis. Then you've got the 68, which some people would say was his prime. Then you've got 1974 Memphis, in front of his home crowd. And then, of course, you've got the 77 CBS Elvis in concert was the last time he would have sung it, or thereabouts. Thereabouts, anyway.
Yeah. But it's a great idea. You've got lots of songs to choose from.
Yeah, because he did do songs multiple times. Yeah.
Yeah, and every time you listen to a song in doing, whether it's twice, 3 times, 4 times, they're all different, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're all different.
Yeah.
So he's a kind of a person. Yeah, you can listen to a song. Even in the outtakes, you can listen to 10 outtakes of Elvis, but everyone is different.
Yeah. And that one, of course, came full circle because, 1955 was right at the very, very beginning of his career. Yeah. And then 1977, right at the end as well.
So, that's it. Yeah, he must have. It's one of them songs I think he enjoyed doing.
Yes. Yeah. And he said his dad and Ginger liked it as well. So he sang it for them.
Said, yeah.
Okay. Did you ring about something else as well?
No, obviously you're talking about the film, but obviously I said it about a week ago. I'm not rushing out to watch this film. It will be what it will be, but I just think it's a bit too soon after the new one. I actually sat down this afternoon for the first time and watched the Blu-ray of the film.
Oh, right.
The Bass film. Yeah. And great. I just like, because I saw it twice at the Pictures and sat down and watched it, but to watch it all the way through again, there's bits you miss. It's so well done, things you think like you've seen and missed, but it's got a long way to live up to that, and I know it won't. So,
and is there extras on the Blu-ray disc?
There is extras. I haven't got around to do that. There's extra stuff to watch. There's interviews and some rehearsal stuff, and I think that goes on for a while as well. There's some casting and costume stuff on there as well. I think.
Oh, right.
So I'll get around to have a nose at that as well. So
great.
But I just wish we're not talking about this kind of thing at the moment, but we are, but because we're all Elvis fans. But I hope it's okay. But like I said to you, I wasn't blown away from the first film, to be honest with you. So I don't know what your opinion is. I'm not slagging Priscilla off or anything like that.
Oh no.
It's I just feel it's just a little bit too soon after a lot. But like as you said. He's hot in it, the Elvis thing is hot in it.
Exactly. Probably curiosity will probably get the better of me, and I will go and see it anyway. But then again, it might not be in the theaters. It might just be sort of straight to video or TV or streaming or something like that.
Yeah. And if the people, like you say, they don't have to look like Elvis or whatever, but if it's some kind of closeness would be nice. But it takes that a little bit of it away, for me, I suppose, in a way.
Yeah.
But it could turn out to be okay. But the proof of it, in the pudding, won't it? It comes out. But yeah, definitely.
Alrighty, thanks very much, Mark. All the best. Bye bye.
Bye.
Yeah, we're going to be obviously hearing a lot more about this movie, and we'll find out more as well about it as time goes on. It's still early days, as we say, or early doors. I know some people have said, well, it doesn't look like, they don't look like them and all this and all that. And some people said, I will go and see it because it's Elvis and it's about Elvis, and nearly anything about Elvis we'll just try and soak up. So, and Mark voted for 1977, the CBS television special. Here we go. Hello, Salam.
Hi, Steve. How are you?
I'm doing very well. What did you think of the quiz?
I love the quiz. I called just to talk about 68 comeback, Trying to Get to You. I think that is one of his top 10 performances.
What, the Trying to Get to You, yeah?
Yes.
So that's your vote,
comeback. Yeah? That's my vote. It's just, it's not just that he was in his prime. It was unplugged. And it was just him. The focus was on him, his voice, his movements, his face. And I loved his voice in 68 comeback because
it was really rough, wasn't it? And hoarse. It was really just great.
And it's just you want to say king of rock and roll. That's that raspy voice. That's the king of rock and roll.
Yeah.
So because rock and roll was changing, right? It was starting to change, and that whole raspy grunge thing and all that. No, Elvis did it before anyone did it. So that's why I love the 68 comeback, because all that the growling and stuff, it was really, really ahead of its time. And just the way he's into it.
Again, he was ahead of his time. I was saying earlier on about in the picture with Vernon and Dee how he looked like the Blues Brothers. Well, again, Elvis was the first to do Unplugged. Long before MTV did Unplugged, he did the sit-down shows in the 68 special. That could be called Unplugged.
That was the first Unplugged. That they say it a lot in a lot of documentaries and stuff, how that was the first Unplugged kind of concert. Now it's all over. Unplug. Everybody, artists, they release their albums and then they do like an acoustic version for concert. Well, Elvis did it first, as usual. He did a lot of things first.
Yeah. Before anybody did anything, Elvis did it first. And we know for a fact he was a nervous wreck before he went on to do those sit-down shows. He nearly pulled out. Steve Binder had to talk him into it. So
because you have that's a truly talented person, like to be sitting there unplugged with nothing, just raw instruments, raw voice, very quiet audience. I would be nervous too if I were him, but he underestimated his talent, because of course he was up to it. And I remember one time, I don't know, it was CBS or something, they did like an Elvis tribute show, and I think it was Keith Urban, I can't remember, all these dumb artists from today tried to do Elvis songs as a tribute, and they were so boring. Like no one can compete. No one can. And if you just put the videos side by side, like Keith Urban by Elvis, or I don't know, Britney Spears by Elvis, whoever it was, it's like there's just no comparison. He was the real deal.
And you know what really irritated me in the movie? When Tom Hanks, as Colonel Parker, says, there was a neon sign flashing applause to tell them when to applaud. That really irritated me, because I don't think for a minute that was true. You could tell the girls were screaming and hollering at him just because of the way he was moving and singing. There was no flashing neon sight saying applause,
They were trying to play like the comeback hero, right? So they were trying to build like a synopsis for the movie. The hero's down and then the hero comes back. I don't think the Colonel would have said that.
No.
He knew what sad to say, but like he knew his product, and he knew Elvis could sell whatever it is.
Yeah.
So I don't think the Colonel would say that, but I did watch the movie again yesterday.
Oh, right.
There's a lot of nice like little nuggets in there that you catch later. It just sadly moves just too fast. I caught another nugget yesterday, but I completely forgot it now. But it was a good overall film. I just wish it was less Tom Hanks and a little more Austin.
Yeah. You see, the thing is, it's very, very hard to take a 2-hour and 37-minute movie in one viewing, especially when it's moving so fast.
Yeah, and I wish they just did a little, like, because I was watching it and I was paying attention. It was like 8 minutes in, and like 7 of the minutes were the Colonel and the casino and all the building up the background story.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, those 8 minutes could have been used just on more Elvis.
Yeah.
So like the Tom Parker, looking at it through the Colonel's eyes took a lot of minutes in the movie, because they had to build it up. They had to build up the storyline. I think it just took too much time out of the film. We would have loved just a little more Elvis.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Thanks, Salam.
Thank you, Steve.
All the
Have
best.
a good one.
Take care. Bye-bye. Bye. Yeah, that's reminded me what me and Salam were just saying, actually. Before anybody did anything, Elvis did it. And he was the first in so many things. And Unplugged, MTV Unplugged, there it is right there, the sit-down shows. And we have another caller here. Hello, who's calling Elvis the Ultimate Fan Channel?
How are you?
Hello there.
Hi, I just have a few minutes, but I thought I would call you.
Yeah, is that Tony?
Yes.
Welcome to the show, Tony.
Thank you. It's the first time I get to, I just happened to turn it on and you were live. I never have the opportunity to listen to you live.
Great.
So,
Well, it's lovely to have you on.
I hope you have you had a chance to look for the book, Elvis Face to Face?
No, I haven't had a chance to download it yet. Can you tell our listeners about that, please?
Just real quick, it's a very good friend. Wanda was a very good friend of Elvis's for the last 15 years of his life.
Okay.
And when she saw a lot of the books come out and a lot of the misinformation and mistruths, she decided that she was going to put the truth out there, and that this man that was being portrayed as not so favorably, it was wrong, and it was all for the selling of a book. And I do want to say that she has never made any money for either of the books that she's put out. She actually paid from her own pocket. The second one is the one you will find online.
Okay, and the name of that is what?
Elvis Face to Face.
Elvis Face to Face. And all you need to do is type in Elvis Face to Face in the browser and click on that, and that will take you to the download, will it?
Yeah, it should. And there's a PDF there because I checked it. It's still there.
Okay.
You can download it, and it's almost 400 pages.
All right.
So Wanda tells you a little about her life and how he came into her life. She wasn't even a fan.
Right.
She thought he was the devil's work.
Yeah, like a lot of people in the 50s.
Yeah, and he won her over in a couple of hours.
Okay.
Not even.
And this is a completely and utterly free download. It's a free book.
Yes.
So you have nothing to lose.
No.
Okay.
But you'll get to know who Elvis the man was.
Yeah.
Not the entertainer, but the man. And he was funny. He was ornery. He was her best friend.
And is Wanda still with us, or is she passed?
She's with us. She's,
right.
She would be. She's 82.
Right.
But she is having health issues. But I do talk to her every Sunday. So we have our little chats on Sunday. Like, I will be calling her in a couple of hours.
Well, say hi to her from us all on the channel, won't you?
I will.
Great.
So that's what I wanted to say. I just wanted to say if people can go, and there are a lot of letters that she received from acquaintances of Elvis that he's helped, and they wanted her to show what kind of man he was. So, yeah, I think people will enjoy it.
Good.
It's my favorite book.
Good. Well, thank you very, very much for giving us that information, because I know I speak for a lot of Elvis fans when we're always interested in new publications and new books about Elvis and trying to learn a little bit more about the man himself. So this sounds very, very interesting, I must admit. So it's Elvis Face to Face.
And I do say that they did, they tried to get her, because she had a lot of tapes from Elvis that she did interviews, and he gave her permission to tape her. To tape him, his conversation, and she put down what she felt he would be okay for her to reveal. But also, you had a lot of companies or publishings that were after her. And absolutely, she was not going to be going through that route where they can sensationalize it.
Yes.
And so that's why she did it herself, and she didn't make money. She just wanted the truth. She wanted
the truth. She didn't want the money. She wanted the truth.
Yes.
That's admirable. Very admirable. Because a lot of people would have gone down the money route.
Yeah, I would love to hear your next, not your next, but I mean one of your weekly shows where people can discuss it, or that you can discuss it.
Yes.
And tell us what you thought.
Yeah, it would be a very, very good idea, wouldn't it? If a lot of us could download that PDF, give it a read. Yeah. I mean, it'll be a few weeks because, a lot of us have other things to do as well. But 400 pages, we could read it, get into it, and we could all have a big discussion about it. It would be very, very interesting.
Her name is Wanda June Hill.
Wanda June Hill, Elvis Face to Face, and that's a free download on the PDF online. Yes. Great. Okay. Anything else you need to tell me, Tony? Was that it?
That was it. Saying hi from Canada.
Right. Well, thank you very, very much. Please keep in touch.
Take care.
Thanks, Tony.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Now, that is a very, very interesting call, isn't it? Somebody called Wanda, and she knew Elvis. She was friends with Elvis, and it's called Elvis Face to Face, and it's a free download on the net. Won't cost a penny. Hello? Hello? Can you...
Steve.
Yeah, hi, how are you?
Not too bad yourself.
Who's that? Okay. Kind of sounded familiar, actually. That voice sounded familiar. If you if you'd like to call back, I'd be very interested. Another reminder about the poll tonight. If you haven't yet voted on it, which version of Trying to Get to You is your favourite? 1955, the original Sun recording, very, very young Elvis, very, very high Elvis. The notes he hit were very high. The 1968 NBC TV special, which we've discussed, and we've said today that was like the first unplugged way before MTV started doing it. The 1974 Memphis concert, March the 21st, I think it was, in front of his hometown fans and recorded by RCA. Or his final concert tour, 1977 CBS Elvis in Concert. Did you like that one? Mark voted for that. Salam voted for the 1968 NBC TV special. I was wondering, could I maybe get that person back on the phone? I don't know whether I can or not. It would be interesting to see who that was. Sometimes it says missed call on here. Maybe it was WhatsApp calls. Yeah. I'll see if I can get the person back. They might have had something very interesting to tell me. Maybe their network went down. Yes, it looks like their network has gone down, unfortunately. Pity. I was looking forward to speaking to that person. See what they had to say. Right, we have got to do Photoshop. And then we will do I Wish... the song I Wish Elvis Had Recorded. And the Photoshop is this. And it's a photo of, is it Nancy and Frank Sinatra and Elvis in what looks like a restaurant enjoying a meal. But unfortunately, the original is this, which is Yul Brynner. Nancy and Frank Sinatra with actor Yul Brynner, Sands Hotel, Las Vegas, February 1965. And what they have done is they've used that photograph, and the reason why I've tilted it is because that's what they've done with this. They've tilted the one with Frank and Nancy of Elvis to make it look like he's looking across and up at Frank. So that's the one that they've used from a 1960 photo shoot. Probably round about the time they took the photograph for the cover, the front cover of His Hand in Mine. So that's the Photoshop of this week. And if you come across Photoshops that you don't like, or you wish you could, once you see one, it's hard to unsee them again, isn't it? You can send it in to me. You can sort of send them in to me on Messenger. Send the Photoshop and send the original if you can. Or you can email it to me at elvistheultimatefanchannel@gmail.com. And we are going to do I Wish Elvis Had Recorded. And the song was suggested by, as I said earlier, channel regular Gracie G. Hi, Gracie G. Thanks for sending this in. And it's by the American music duo Simon and Garfunkel. It has been said that the song was written by Paul Simon over several months in 1963 and 1964. The duo studio audition of the song led to a record deal with Columbia Records, and the original acoustic version was recorded in March 1964 at Columbia Studios in New York City for their debut album, Wednesday Morning, 3 a.m. Released on October the 19th, 1964, the album was a commercial failure and led to the duo disbanding. Simon returned to England and Art Garfunkel to his studies at Columbia University. Later, it was featured in the 1967 film The Graduate and was included on the film soundtrack album. It was additionally released on the Mrs. Robinson EP in 1968, along with 3 other songs from the movie Mrs. Robinson, April Come She Will, and Scarborough Fair. The song is, if you haven't guessed by now, The Sound of Silence. It was a top 10 hit in multiple countries worldwide, among them Australia, Austria, West Germany, Japan, and the Netherlands. Since its release, the song was included in later compilations, beginning with the 1972 compilation album Simon & Garfunkel's Greatest Hits. Gracie says, I can hear Elvis singing this in a darkened auditorium. What do you think? Well, what do you think? If you're watching this on playback, don't forget you can leave your comments in the comment section below. If you're not familiar with the song, I'm sure most of you are, but if you're not, I will provide a link below in the description box after this video is finished. About 5 or 10 minutes after this video is finished, I'll put the link in. And if you hear a song during the week or on your travels, going in the supermarket, pushing your trolley around, getting your goodies and so forth and your groceries, and you hear a song not being sung by Elvis, but you think, I wish Elvis had sung that song, or I wish he'd recorded that song, send it in to me and I can feature it in a future show. Same with the Photoshop as well. Send your Photoshops in as well. Now, before I reveal the vote for, or the result of the vote, which version of Trying to Get to You is your favourite, the Fan of the Month quiz winner for last month is, believe it or not, a tie, a draw. I would say draw, some people would say a tie. It was a draw between Lou Dane, who is my moderator, but unfortunately Lou is off today. She's otherwise engaged with something else. Thanks, Lou, by the way, for moderating the previous weeks. And Jack Mullins, Lou Dane and Jack Mullins. So I don't know what to do. I really don't know what to do because it's a tie. And maybe somebody could suggest in the comments, maybe the live comments now or in the comments below this video on rewatch, on playback, what I should do. Who gets the book, Leslie Pilling's book, Take My Hand, Take My Whole Life Too. So, yeah, a tie between Lou Dane and Jack Mullins for the Fan of the Month. And I'm going to remind you that this is what we're playing for during the month of November. The 4K Ultra HD and Blu-ray disc of Blue Hawaii. Sunday Morning Coming Down by Chris Christopherson. Okay, send that in, Tracy. Send it in to me. I don't know whether anybody yet has made a suggestion what I should do with the Lou Dane and Jack Mullins tie. Congratulations to both winners, Lou Dane and Jack from Norset. Thank you very, very much. So yes, maybe next week we'll have an answer what I should do. I'm going to close the poll and I'm going to tell you that which version of Trying to Get to You is your favorite. Sun 20%, the NBC TV special 59%, Memphis 9%, and Elvis in Concert 12%. So there was a huge winner in the end. 59% NBC TV special. And you know, believe it or not, that wouldn't have been my choice. My choice would have matched Mark's. I would have said 1977 CBS Elvis in Concert, because that the voice was just still there. I know the huskiness and the unplugged sort of version in the 1968. Yes, it was fantastic. Yes. but I would have been amongst the 11% that said Elvis in concert 1977 for trying to get to you. So I don't think anybody has said, what will we do with the prize? A tiebreaker question. Yes, I could, Helen. What I could do, flip a coin. Very, very good. Yes, flip a coin. I could do that. I'll decide next week. I'll decide either on flipping a coin or, yeah, I could say heads Lou and tails Jack, couldn't I? And I could show it to the camera, or a tiebreak question. If I know that Jack is online next week, and I know that Lou is online, I could ask them a tiebreak question, and only Lou or Jack could answer that question. What a fantastic show, even though I say so myself. Some great callers, and thank you very, very much for calling in. I do appreciate it. And also thanks to everybody else that watched and commented and so forth. And we'll do it all again next week. Another chance for you to win Blu-ray, DVD, 4K HD actually, Blue Hawaii. If you do want to support the channel and you appreciate what I do, then you can buy me coffee using the link below. It's been a lot of fun. And until next week, look after yourselves, and I will see you next Sunday. Don't forget to check out Ron's interview. The link is below. Take care, everybody.